Hello, dear readers and devoted soap opera enthusiasts. Welcome back to TV Days Drama Digest, your ultimate source for all things dramatic, heart-wrenching, and utterly addictive in the world of daytime television. We're the team that's always on the pulse of the latest twists, turns, and tantalizing teasers from the iconic soap operas that have kept generations glued to their screens. Today, we're diving deep into some electrifying news that's sending shockwaves through the fandom of one of the longest-running and most beloved shows in television history, Days of Our Lives. If you're a fan of Salem's endless saga of love, betrayal, family feuds, and supernatural intrigue, buckle up because we've got a bombshell to unpack. We're talking about the triumphant return of a character who's no stranger to stirring up chaos, and the actor stepping into those infamous shoes is none other than the talented Dan Gauthier. But hold on, this isn't just any casting announcement. It's a revelation that's dripping with mystery, potential villainy, and the kind of dramatic flair that makes Days of Our Lives the undisputed queen of soaps. For those who might be new to the fold or need a quick refresher, Days of Our Lives is affectionately known as DOOL among its die-hard followers, has been captivating audiences since its premiere way back in 1965. Set in the fictional town of Salem, this NBC staple has woven an intricate tapestry of stories involving the Horton, Brady, DiMera, and Kyriakis families, among others. From forbidden romances and corporate power struggles to resurrections from the dead and mind-bending possessions, the show has never shied away from pushing the boundaries of what's possible in storytelling. It's a world where secrets fester like open wounds, alliances shatter like glass underfoot, and every character harbors a hidden agenda that could explode at any moment. Over the decades, DOOL has become more than just entertainment. It's a cultural phenomenon, a daily ritual for millions who tune in to escape into a realm where the line between hero and villain blurs and redemption is always just one plot twist away. Now, let's turn our spotlight to the man of the hour, Dan Gauthier. If his name rings a bell, it's because this seasoned actor has been gracing our screens for years, bringing depth and charisma to a variety of roles across television and film. Born on December 2, 1963, in Prineville, Oregon, Gauthier first caught the public's eye in the late 1980s and early 1990s. He made his mark with memorable appearances in shows like Tour of Duty, where he portrayed the rugged and resilient LT, Johnny McKay, showcasing his ability to handle intense, action-packed narratives with ease. But it was a stint on the soap opera circuit that truly solidified his status as a daytime dynamo. Fans of One Life to Live will fondly remember him as Kevin Buchanan, a role he inhabited from 1996 to 1998, infusing the character with a brooding intensity that made every scene electric. Gauthier's portrayal of Kevin was a masterclass in emotional complexity balancing vulnerability with unyielding determination, much like the characters that populate the tumultuous world of Salem. Beyond soaps, Gauthier's versatility shines through in his guest spots on primetime hits like Beverly Hills 90,000 to 110, where he played the charming yet enigmatic Dick Harrison, and in films such as Teen Witch 1989, where he starred alongside Robin Lively in a whimsical tale of magic and high school hijinks. His career has been a testament to his range from the heartfelt drama of family sagas to the lighter fare of romantic comedies. Off-screen, Gauthier is known for his dedication to his craft, often drawing from personal experiences to add authenticity to his performances. Married to actress Lisa Fuller since 1990, with whom he shares 2 children, he embodies the stability that contrasts sharply with the chaotic lives of the characters he plays. It's this grounded presence that makes him such a compelling choice for roles that demand both menace and magnetism. And now, as he steps into the shoes of Peter Blake on Days of Our Lives, we're poised to see Gauthier unleash a new level of dramatic prowess that could redefine the character's legacy. Speaking of Peter Blake, where do we even begin? For longtime viewers, the mere mention of his name evokes a whirlwind of memories, a storm of emotions that harkens back to the show's golden era of intrigue and infidelity. Peter Blake first burst onto the Salem scene in 1993, originally portrayed by the charismatic Jason Brooks, as the troubled brother of the infamous Kristen DiMera, played by Eileen Davidson. In her multiple incarnations, Peter was introduced as a complex figure torn between loyalty to his family and his own dark impulses. Kristen, with her scheming ways and unquenchable thirst for power, often dragged Peter into her web of deceit, but he was no mere pawn. No, Peter had his own demons, a history riddled with abandonment issues, romantic entanglements that bordered on obsession, and a penchant for manipulation that rivaled even the most notorious DiMeras. Let's rewind the tape and delve into Peter's story past, shall we? His rival in Salem was anything but subtle. Fresh from a stint in prison for crimes that included fraud and assault, Peter quickly entangled himself in the lives of key characters. His most infamous storyline revolved around his obsessive love for Jennifer Horton Melissa Reeves, which escalated into a dangerous game of cat and mouse. Peter didn't just pursue Jennifer, he orchestrated elaborate schemes to win her heart, including faking his own death and assuming false identities. Remember the chilling moment when he kidnapped Jennifer, holding her captive in a remote cabin while professing his undying love? It was pure soap opera gold, tense, romantic in a twisted way, and utterly unpredictable. Peter's actions often blurred the lines between passion and pathology, making him a villain you loved to hate yet couldn't look away from. But Peter's complexity didn't stop at romance. As Kristen's brother, he was deeply embedded in the DiMera family dynamics, which are synonymous with betrayal and bloodshed. The DiMeras, led by the patriarch Stefano, the late Joseph Mascolo, whose portrayal was nothing short of legendary, have always been the show's resident antagonists, pulling strings from the shadows. Peter inherited that cunning, using it to navigate corporate battles at Titan Industries and personal vendettas against the Bradys. One particularly dramatic arc saw him involved in a custody battle over his son, where his manipulative tactics nearly destroyed lives. And who could forget his alliance with Stefano, where he helped cover up crimes that shook Salem to its core? Jason Brooks brought a suave, almost hypnotic quality to Peter, making him a character who could charm his way out of suspicion one moment and unleash fury the next. By the time Peter exited the show in 1998 after a dramatic trial, and ex-Leffens were left wondering if his story was truly over. After all, in Salem, no one stays gone forever. Fast forward to today, and the buzz is palpable. As fans of Days of Our Lives are well aware, the show operates on a unique production schedule that adds an extra layer of anticipation to every casting reveal. Filmed approximately 8 months in advance, DOOL's episodes are like time capsules, preserving plot twists that won't see the light of day until much later. This forward planning allows for intricate storytelling but also means that leaks and spoilers are guarded like state secrets. In most cases, when news about a new cast member or returning character surfaces, it's teasing events that are still half a year away, building hype that simmers slowly. But oh, how the tables have turned in this instance. The leak about Dan Gauthier's involvement didn't trickle out months ahead. It exploded onto the scene mere minutes before the premiere of the episode. That sets the stage for his arrival. Talk about timing that's as dramatic as the show itself. This last-minute revelation has fans scrambling to piece together clues, turning social media into a frenzy of theories and speculation. Mark your calendars, because Gauthier's debut as Peter Blake is slated for December 19th, 2025, a date that's now etched in the minds of every DOOL devotee. Next month, Salem will once again tremble under the shadow of Peter Blake's return. But this isn't just a nostalgic cameo. It's poised to be a seismic event that could upend the current storylines. The DiMera family, ever the epicenter of turmoil, has been embroiled in a series of kidnappings that have left the town in disarray. Brothers E.J. DiMera, Dan Fierigel, and Stefan DiMera, Brandon Barish, have found themselves at the heart of these abductions, with motives ranging from corporate espionage to deeply personal grudges. Whispers in the fandom suggest that Peter's reappearance isn't coincidental. Could he be the mastermind behind these heinous acts? Imagine the scene: Peter, cloaked in secrecy after years in hiding, orchestrating a revenge plot against his own kin. Perhaps he's seeking to reclaim his place in the DiMera empire. Or maybe old wounds from his past with Kristen have festered into something far more sinister. Let's paint a vivid picture of what this return could entail, shall we? Picture Salem's foggy streets at dusk, where shadows dance like ghosts from the past. Peter Blake steps off a shadowy plane, his eyes gleaming with unresolved rage. He's older, wiser, but no less dangerous. Once boyish charm now hardened into his steely resolve. As he infiltrates the DiMera mansion, the air thickens with tension. Kristen, upon seeing her brother, might freeze in a mix of joy and dread, her mind racing back to their shared history of schemes and scandals. Will she embrace him as an ally or see him as a threat to her fragile hold on power? And what about the kidnappings? The show has been teasing a shadowy figure pulling strings, with intimate knowledge of the DiMera family's vulnerabilities. If Peter is indeed the culprit, the revelations could be explosive. Envision a climactic confrontation in the DiMera living room, crystal glasses shattering as accusations fly. "You thought you could erase me from this family?" Peter might snarl, his voice dripping with venom. "I've been waiting in the wings, plotting every move." The dramatic potential here is endless. Peter's history with Jennifer could resurface, especially if her current storylines intersect with the DiMeras. Might he rekindle that obsessive flame, drawing in Jack Devereaux, Matthew Ashford for a jealous showdown? Or perhaps he'll align with other villains like the ever-scheming Vivian Alame and Louise Sorrell to amplify the chaos. Gauthier's casting adds an extra layer of intrigue, because his acting style, marked by subtle intensity and emotional depth, could bring a fresh interpretation to Peter. Unlike Brooks' more overt charisma, Gauthier might portray him as a brooding anti-hero, someone whose troubles stem from deep-seated trauma rather than pure malice. This could humanize Peter, making his potential villainy all the more tragic and compelling. Fans are already debating, will this Peter be a redeemable soul? Or will he plunge Salem into its darkest hour yet? Of course, no soap opera news is complete without gauging the pulse of the fandom. Social media platforms are ablaze with reactions from ecstatic tweets to elaborate fan theories. One viewer posted, "Peter Blake back? With Dan Gauthier? This is the plot twist we didn't know we needed." Till Peter Blake returns, another speculated if Peter's behind the kidnappings. It's game over for the DiMeras. Can't wait to see the fireworks. Online forums like Reddit's Disoffer Lives are flooded with discussions, analyzing every leaked photo and script snippet. Some fans reminisce about the 90s era when Peter's storylines dominated airtime, while others express excitement over how Gauthier's real-life charisma might translate on screen. There's even talk of potential crossovers with other characters' arcs, like how Peter's return could impact the ongoing Horton family dramas or the broody pub gatherings that often serve as Salem's neutral ground. But let's not forget the broader implications for Days of Our Lives as a whole. In an era where streaming services and binge-watching dominate, DOOL has managed to stay relevant by evolving while honoring its roots. The return of legacy characters like Peter Blake is a nod to the show's rich history, a way to bridge generations of viewers. It reminds us why we fell in love with soaps in the first place, the endless cycle of resurrection, redemption, and revenge. With head writer Ron Carlivati at the helm now for his bold, twist-filled narratives, the storyline promises to be a roller coaster. Carlivati has a knack for blending nostalgia with fresh drama, as seen in recent plots involving body swaps and time jumps. Peter's reintroduction could spark a new golden age for the DiMeras, pitting brother against sister in a battle for supremacy. As we wrap up this deep dive, it's clear that Dan Gauthier's rival as Peter Blake is more than just casting news. It's a harbinger of epic drama to come. Whether he's the shadowy puppet master behind the DiMera kidnappings, or a reformed soul seeking atonement, one thing is certain: Salem will never be the same. So, dear readers, what do you think? Is Peter the villain we've been waiting for, or will he surprise us all? We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.